Hello, I'll be doing the Cryptic Crossword for the Sydney Morning Herald for the 1st of September. Let's get started. Sydney Airport Graduate Tax. So this is, I'm not 100% sure where to start with this, to be honest. A tax could be a fee. A graduate is often like an MBA or a BA, I guess. Airport, LAX, Heathrow, is that an airport? I think that's an airport. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at number 4 across. Good gracious, second halves are detestable. So halves could mean we take half of something here. ODIOUS, looks pretty good to me. That's something detestable. That is the second halves of good and gracious. There you go. That's a fun discovery, actually. It's interesting. Let's look at 5 down and try and use that D. Oh, I see it's a 2-part. Well, we'll still give it a go. Aboard the ringer. Quickly. Well, it feels like it's going to be on the. If you're aboard, you're on. And on the double is quickly. Not 100% sure why ring up would be double though. That's got to be right, you'd think. A ringer, a double. Like a ringer in the terms of like bringing someone into a team to be a superstar. Is that double? I don't know, but that's got to be right, so I'm going to leave it in, but I have no idea why the ringer would be double. Flip over, stupendous contribution. To flip over is to upset. Upset's kind of in there, but to upend. Upend is in there, and that's also flip over. So that's better, and that's going to be the answer. Let's have a look at 7 down. Headstrong. Well, that seems like an S. We have an S, so it looks pretty good so far. Does nothing is to idle, and tends to move furtively, I suppose. It's to sidle. Why not? 13 across. Let's use all these letters. Shoulder decoration. For poets laureate, whose work fails to soar. Boy, there's a lot going on in that clue. I think like edge or something. A shoulder pad could be edges. I'm not sure. Poets looks maybe like an anagram of something. Yeah, that's tricky. There's so much going on in this clue. Work fails to soar. If you fail to soar, then you are grounded. That's tricky. I think I'm going to need a lot of letters for that because I really have no idea about all of that. Let's look at this one. Superseded. Over something, maybe. Finished. Finished could be over. Removed. Well, both the first and last end in D, so we're probably going to look for a word that ends in D, regardless. If you've been superseded, you've been overtaken. Well, I put that D in and I immediately think that taken would work. If you've superseded something, you've overtaken it. If you've removed something, you've taken it. So why not? Let's leave that in. That looks pretty good to me. Go quickly over to mix without Charlie. Well, Charlie is the phonetic alphabet representation of C. So mix without Charlie would be, it'd be MIKS. Oh, and we put that over, we'd get SKIM, which I suppose is to go quickly, to go quickly, because over here is saying turn mix around. So we have to use over for the wordplay, which means the definition would have to be go quickly, which is to skim, I suppose. If you skim across the water, you go quickly. Sure, why not? 6 men, otherwise, it looks like an anagram maybe, known for undue humility. Well, yes, I can see an anagram of 6 men. That would be meekness, and that's undue humility, I suppose. I've gone into the British Navy, then split. Well, British Navy, I think it's the RN, isn't it? The Royal Navy. So if we put I've into that, we get Riven. Not just an awesome computer game, but also a word that means split. So there we are. Blossom in the string section. Well, a viola is something in the string section. I don't know why that would be blossom though, unless there's some kind of blossom called a viola. I mean, I could believe it. Well, let's hypothesize that, and then let's see, because A at the end is kind of suspicious, so either we'll justify it or prove it wrong, but hopefully we'll get some information. Unit, inherited by offspring versus a place in Switzerland. Genoa, that's a place in Switzerland, isn't it, maybe? Or am I wrong? I don't know Europe very well. Unit could be like one, like I or a. Offspring could be son or daughter, I guess, but probably not daughter is too long. Son, boy, maybe, child. Versus, I mean, if it was just like versus was V, and then, Geneva, of course. What am I thinking? That feels much simpler than I was making it to be. A unit inherited by offspring, of course, is a gene. And versus is just V. If you had like, I don't know, New South Wales V, Queensland, be versus. Then A is just A, and then a place in Switzerland, of course, is Geneva. Connected, poetic measure. Well, a verse is a poetic measure, I guess. Don't see how that would work, though. A poetic measure is a line. But I really don't know how this clue is going to work, though. Because connected feels like it can't really be the definition. Okay, well maybe that's part of the wordplay. So then the definition would be measure. So a measure could be like to measure, to pace out, or I'm not sure. Or to sense, maybe. And then, or the other definition, I guess, of measure could be like a specific measure, like a meter or a litre or whatever. Or an M or N, I think, can be measures in like typography. Comes up a bit. Also, didn't mention, but viola looks good with the A at the end, so there must be some kind of blossom I'm not aware of. Well, I can't make heads or tails of this one, so let's come back. But let's look at this O, something S. Tending to. I mean, could be OUS, couldn't be portentous or something. I don't know. Bring suits or too many cases. Boy. What is going on there? Too many. Well, see, ordinarily I would have said this is relatively simple. This would be the cases of TOMY, like too and many, because to me, lobotomy or whatever is a common way to end a word. But in this case, that doesn't work at all with meekness and the O we don't know, but I suspect that's right. Tending to can also mean if you're minding something, if you're healing, if you're caring. To bring suits is to travel. To bring suits in a legal sense is to sue or to prosecute or to litigate. Yeah, there's too many cases. Really feels like it should be a word ending in to me, but I don't see it. How about 19 down? It's silly, ruing tie to plot. I mean, an anagram of ruing tie, because I mean, this is just the most ridiculous set of letters you've ever seen. So it's got to be an anagram. To plot is to, well, not not to plot, but a plot, or yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I think the answer is intrigue. Plot and intrigue seem very synonymous. However, I can't exactly think of the exact sense in which they would be synonymous. If there's a plot, feels slightly different senses of the word, but anyway, I think that's right. What about this 21 across now? Jaunty, independence does not depend on relevance. What is going on there? Jaunty. Jaunty looks like, well, okay, no, alright. I had a bunch of thoughts all in a row. My first thought was jaunty looks like it has to be the definition. But then I thought, well, jaunty really could be an anagram indicator, but independence is way too long. But then, independence does not depend. You could take depend out of independence, of course, and have inents, which could fit like here. So then we'd have jaunty, then relevance. So then the definition would be relevance. So we need a four-letter word for jaunty. Pert. I think that's got to be right, doesn't it? If you're pert, you're jaunty, sure. And if something's relevant, it's pertinent. Yep, I love it. Sorry for my deep bass voice there as well. I was out all day yesterday, a long day down in Yass doing a concert, a musical theatre concert, as part of the Gilbert and Sullivan Society. I'm wearing the jumper, representing the merch. But it means I've got this lovely deep bass voice, which is nice because normally my voice is very, very high. So take advantage when I've got it, I suppose. Let's have a look at 9 down. Next to where Jade can't swim. Next to, adjacent. I mean, it's got to be adjacent. I see too many letters in Jade can't. Yeah, it's an anagram of Jade can't swimming around. All right, what is this? Fails to soar. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is annoying. Poets laureate. I mean, could we be looking at an anagram of laureate? It looks there's so many of the same letters, but that's a terrifying prospect because where would I be putting the U and all this stuff? Like, I have no idea. Oh, an epaulette. An epaulette is... there we go, that's the answer. An epaulette is a shoulder decoration, often in military, I think. Or do girls' jackets sometimes have them? I'm not sure. Anyway, it is a shoulder decoration. Poets laureate whose work fails to soar. Oh, is this you take soar? Oh, God. It's tricky. Okay. I think it is an anagram of poets laureate. And if you take soar, maybe, you take to soar. No, there's only one O. So I guess you take soar out of poets laureate. You get 5, 9, 13, minus 4. That's 9 letters. So that's got to be the anagram. My gosh, that's not the easiest anagram, but not the easiest word. But anyway, I think that's obviously right. Let's have a look at this one across now. Spotless. Ain't got no primary education. Ain't. Gotta love that. So, what's going on here? Well, primary education could be an E, I guess. But boy, that's tricky. I have no idea. We don't really have any good letters to use, so let's just go for a one that would be, if we got it, would be nice. So 8 down would be great. If we got it, we'd get a whole bunch of starting letters. So let's have a look. Unique station, if not at uni, where? I mean, it looks like an anagram of like not at uni, perhaps. Anti something. I don't know. But then what, would be looking for a unique station? That seems really unlikely. So if station was just like ST, I don't know if station can be abbreviated to ST. But well, could this be another one of these anagrams where you like subtract some letters? So like if it was, so that's 6, 10, 13 letters. If we took out at uni, we'd have 8. So maybe it is. So then, oh god, what's this? So this would be QUESTTA. I think I'm making a word here. Where, yeah. I mean, I think I'm making the word question. Okay, so you just take out uni and then at, and you actually don't have to rearrange at all. Okay, all right, well, it seemed tricky, but actually relatively straightforward in the end, so gotta love that. What about, we looked at it, well, let's come back. Well, I'm thinking now uneducated, but that can't be right, surely. No, it's way too long. Way too long. All right, let's have a look at 6 across. Smooth as a KC. I mean, it looks like an anagram of as a KC, I guess. That would fit and be the right number of letters in this kind of... What else? Like, what on earth else would we be doing with KC? Like, I don't know. Was it band? Was it the... I don't know. I can't think of it. Smooth. To smooth or cool or... I mean, what... I can't be... An anagram of as a KC? Sakak? Saka? Seems unlikely. What about just... I bet sure, this got to be... Can't be too hard, surely. Yep, there we go. Subsequent. Net caught 10. Well, 10 Roman numeral is X. If net caught it, then it put it inside it. There's basically only one way to do it. Means subsequent. Excellent. Now we've got an X in the third position, which is, that's got to be 6 or something. Let's have a look. Well, maybe not. Related to classifying species. Or taxonomical or something. Oh, yeah, I think it might be something like that. Burden, economic backer. So a burden, I suppose, or to burden is to tax. Yeah, taxonomic. So the backing letters of economic, which is basically just that long string, sure. I mean, this one was just being able to work out where the definition was is how to solve that one, because if you see related to classifying species, there's really only one way of, like, what other words would even have anything to do with that? So, yeah, and an X in the third position was really helpful. So, great. Let's look at this one now. Intruder will bury bounder. Like an interloper is an intruder, aren't they? Why am I lost focus here? Interloper. So to bury is to inter. That comes up so often because I guess inter is a inter is a just a very standard prefix for words, and to bury is to inter in a kind of cryptic-y way. Why not? Then a bounder is a loper. Sure, I love it. Countermand, to override, to overrule. The 6, well, six balls is a over in cricket, of course, and then a convention is a rule. So I think we're looking for overrule. Litigious for our suing one. So the whole thing is, okay. So the whole definition, I guess, is tending to bring suits. So litigious. What I don't understand is why too many cases would be litigious. I don't know, does litigious mean both suits in the clothing sense and in the legal sense? Maybe that's where the word litigious came from, is from a clothing sense, and then it kind of got cheekily used to refer to court. I don't know, but it's got to be litigious. Like, what else could that be? Starting with an L, it fits, it means it matches the definition very well. I don't 100% understand every aspect of that clue, but I think I got enough of it that's got to be the answer. How about this one? Well, nervous looks like timid to me. Let's have a look. Jury has no right to frame... I'm just going to put in timid and have a look. So framing... Well, you know what? I don't know if I love it now I think about it. Because MP, you'd think that'd just be an MP. Let's take this out. So if we do... I don't know. Locked in on timid for some reason because I saw it first. But if I just do what the clue says very literally to do. If you take jury, you take the right, which is R from left and right. You take that out and you get J-U-Y, and then you frame MP and you just get jumpy, which also means nervous. A J in the middle position. What is that word? Let's have a look. That's got to be... Can't be much. Someone born in the Bayou, circa June. Now, is this something, I think it's Spain, is it Cajun? I'm not sure. Spain, France, again, not very good at European knowledge in general, so... but anyway, circa is CA, that's a very common abbreviation. And June in the 3-letter code for... All months have 3-letter codes. For June, it's just JUN. Let's look at this one. Riddle of the fish spirit who ate a nun. Wow. Oh, what going on there? Well, if something ate a nun, would it be like... a riddle is a conundrum. So a fish... Oh, okay. So a fish is a cod, a spirit is a rum, and then a nun is just nun. So if you put nun inside cod rum, you get conundrum, which is a riddle. Let's have a look at 22 down. When crazy scheme ends, it's a catalyst. Well, okay, all right. So it is. It took me a little while. I thought with ends it was something with the ending letters. I couldn't see exactly what was going on, but then again, very literally, you just take the ends as in plural ends, as in not just one end, but the two ends. You take both ends from these words, and you get enzyme, which is a catalyst. All right, niches or something. Uncle Harry and I look at atomic cores. Well, it looks kind of like the cause is in the middle part of words, but I don't know why that would... I don't know. Well, Harry can be an anagram, and we do have a lot of the letters of uncle. Okay, so it's going to be an anagram of uncle, which I believe will be like that, and then an I. And atomic cores, of course, are nuclei. What ones have we not looked at now? I think we haven't looked at one down. So, encountered, often met. A, large, in a t-shirt sense, large would be an L, and iron is metal. That's great. That was nice to get an easy one. Let's first off, let's fix up this bottom middle one here as well. So this is going to be, okay. So it is I Did I say meter? I think I said meter. So a poetic measure is also a meter in poems. So it's actually, so it's not a measure, yeah, so even though I said measure was a meter because it is, that could be the definition, but also a poetic measure is a meter, I suppose. So connected, met, re is re, why not? Actually, should have got that earlier, shouldn't I? But anyway, you don't always get them. Well, let's have a look at one we haven't looked at yet. So get a saw head and hip 3 feet from the boat factory. So feet on a dry dock is a boat factory, but not sure. The feet could also be the last letters, but I don't, well, like A-T-R-Y maybe? So if that was right, that'd be A-T-R-Y. So that'd be get a sore head. And hip, I don't know what hip is. Hip could be in, I suppose, if something's hip, it's in. Not that that is what we say anymore, but could be. I don't know. We'll come back. We've still got a few more hopes of getting some things here. I forget what Sydney Airport's even called. It's got a name, I'm pretty sure. If a graduate was an MA or something, is that right? Oh, mascot, that's right, it's a mascot airport. Oh, I should remember that. So why is that? I'm pretty sure it's a mascot. Now I'm second guessing myself. A graduate's an MA. Is it tax to Scott? I think that's right. I'm pretty sure it's called Mascot Airport. But maybe not. Hope it's right. Well, sore head could be S, I suppose. Oh, well, and then hip could just be hip, and then ship something. 3 feet. So 3 feet is a meter. No, 3 feet is a yard, and it's a shipyard. So 3 feet. Oh, these units. Meter and yard. There you go, both of them. So what is this? Smooth, silky? As a KC. I have no idea what KC is, but I'm hoping it's something that's silky, because that's, I guess, what I'm going to write for the answer. Untainted looks like. Oh, it's just. Oh, okay. So it's I'm having a lot of thoughts. I can't. Let me just take out one of these letters so it doesn't finish it too fast. Let me just put that in and have a look. So primary education, I guess, is just ED. Okay. So if it's okay. So all right. So it's aren't, ain't without a primary. So you take the first letter off that phrase and yet untaint, then education is ED. Okay, so I think that's right. So then this, if I put that letter back in, we've solved it. All right. Thank you for bearing with me and my husky voice today. Too much Gilbert and Sullivan yesterday and too many musical theatre songs on the bus back home from Yass. But thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time.